Well, good morning. Jim from the swing. Here I am again. And here you are. I'm glad you're with me today. I'm so excited about Joseph. I talked to Diane after it was over and said, man, am I saying the same thing over and over and over? And she's pretty high executive in her corporation, and she has a lot of people underneath her. And you know what she always tells them? You got to hear something 7 times, 7 ways. 7 times, 7 ways. I know I never can sing a song till I've heard it so many times I don't even think about it anymore. It's just a part of me. That's when the song becomes effective because it's just part of me. So when you hear something 7 times, 7 ways, you hear it. I mean, you hear the same thing by hearing it, by speaking it, by working it, by listening to someone else say it again, over and over again. My wife says sometimes she'll have somebody ask her a question, the same question maybe many times, but she said that's okay because I want you to get it. So there's something about Joseph I am so excited about us getting, that we have to realize how important it is that as Joseph is before Pharaoh now, he's out of the pit, he's out of the prison, and now he's at the palace. We can see that God, what he said he was going to do, he does. And we need to hear that 7 times, 7 ways that God, when he says it, you can take it to the bank. He's going to do it. You just got to rest in the fact and say, listen, yeah, I'm going to keep listening. I'm going to keep on keeping on listening, because that's where it becomes a part of you. You got to assimilate it from your head to your heart to your experience. And when you do get it out of your head, get it into your heart, get it in your experience, I'm telling you what, I say it and I'm going to say it till the last thing I say. A man with an experience is never at the mercy of a man with an argument. I just have such confidence wherever I go, because I just know God has never failed, and what he said he will do, he will do. So Joseph is sitting here, and now he's talking to them. He's talking to the Pharaoh, and he says, these 2 witnesses, you understand, he said the cows are going to be devoured, the wheat or the shafts going to, or the heads of wheat's going to be devoured. The thing is, it's 2 witnesses. Out of the mouths of 2 witnesses, it'll be established. So he gave him 2 witnesses. He said, this is going to happen. You're going to have famine, because that famine is going to come out of a great blessing. Okay, so he said that the 2 witnesses, now therefore let Joseph, and then this is Joseph saying to Pharaoh. This is found in the 41st chapter, and it says in the 33rd verse, it says, now therefore let Pharaoh select a discerning and wise man and set him over the land of Egypt. Let Pharaoh do this, and let him appoint officers over the land to collect 1/5 of the produce of the land of Egypt in the 7 plentiful years. 1/5. He had a plan. He said, this is the way you should do it. Take 1/5 and put it away. The rest of you you can use it. I wish I could get it across to kids, to have a plan. The system today says, don't wait on anything. Don't just put it on credit. Just pay for it. Just have faith that you're always going to have a job. You're going to have faith that you're going to have. No, the best advice you can give a young person says, give 10% to the Lord, give 10% to savings, and live on 80%. And don't live from debt. Live from what you have. Live in your means, and it'll continue to grow. This is what the principle that Joseph was saying. He says, listen, we're going to go through trials. We're going to go through times when we're not as prosperous as we are other times. But when we're prosperous, that's when you don't spend it. You save it, and you give, and you establish the fact that you're going to have a future, and you know that I'm going to prepare for the future. That's why God said the little animal called the ant. He said in Proverbs, he said the wisest small little animal. You know what he said? He's very wise because he prepares for the future. And so this is what Joseph is saying to Pharaoh. He said, let's get prepared. He said, take 1/5 of it now and put it away. And food shall be as a reserve in the land for 7 years for the famine. And so we won't perish during that famine. So the advice was good in the eyes of Pharaoh and the eyes of the servants. And Pharaoh said to his servants, can we find such a man? Oh, I wonder, where can we find such a man? Now listen to what he says. Remember, Joseph is walking in the presence of God, in the Spirit of God. And here's what Pharaoh says. He's the Pharaoh of the then known world. I mean, he had it all together, and he's about to have the world in his hand. And he says to his men, he says, can we find such a one as this, a man in whom is the Spirit of God? Did Joseph come into his presence and try to give him the five-fold ability to know who God is? No, he just lived the life in front of him. He lived the life. And you know what? People can recognize the difference when you walk in love and respect and confidence and the joy and knowing all the circumstances you go through, God's in it. Wow, here I get over the, I could go for 20 minutes here, so come back tomorrow and we'll keep going. Bye-bye.